So you've just vibe coded an application. Cool. You've added some AI capabilities, but you want to extend it further. You're stuck. There's a lot of effort involved in doing that. We've just released a new feature that allows you to MCP, Model Context Protocol, enable your application to allow external AIs to integrate with it and leverage that information very, very easily. Let me give you a quick demo. So this is a vibe-coded application. It's a simple application. It's got my recipes, my meal plan, and my shopping list. If we looked over here, so these are some of the recipes that I've got in my library. We've got a meal plan, which is a day-by-day plan for what meals I'm gonna. So let's have a look over here. So we've got chicken tikka masala on Thursday night. And what I've done is I've actually integrated this. So, hey, got a pescatarian friend coming for dinner on Thursday Eve, choose another recipe. So on the left hand side over here we've got ChatGPT, and on the right hand side we've got our application that we vibe coded in Buzzy just with prompts without having to write any code. Now to get these two things to integrate to give you these AI superpowers, what you'd have to do is you'd have to set up an MCP server, you'd have to create a whole set of tools which are set of APIs that the AI can integrate with your application. And then you'd need to also create some widgets for specific embedded experiences within the chat. With Buzzy, you can now enable this literally in a matter of minutes. It will set up your MCP server. It handles the authentication, so it's secure. So the user in the chat is actually authenticated. It can only access and do the things that that user has the rights to be able to do. It can integrate with the application and do all the things like look at the data, make updates. For example, if we wanted to add a recipe, let's say we wanted to add a new recipe, it'll just add it to my recipes list and so on. So over here we're going to generate an image. So let's see what it's doing. So let's have a look at what it's done. So we can see behind the scenes what the AI is doing. So we can see it's actually using that. So it's going to list the recipes. It's found salmon fish. We're going to attach the recipe image over here. So it's going to set up a new recipe for us. So let's have a look at that. So let's have a look into that. So we've got one salmon recipe that already exists within the database. I think it's going to be going and actually creating another one for us and then adding it to the meal list. So again, this is just next level in the way that you can. So we're going to update the meal entries. Let's do that. So it'll come back to you and ask you for permissions to do certain things. And again, that's all configurable within your application. This is so cool. Okay, so let's have a look at, so if we scroll down the bottom over here and we go to some of the last recipes, we can see it's actually added a new recipe over here for miso glazed salmon with sesame greens. Here's the full recipe. Let's have a look at if it's added it to the meal plan for us. So if we go to the meal plan over here, so we can go back to Thursday. Let's have a look at that. So okay, so it's actually added it to the meal plan. And I can also ask it, so can you add ingredients to my shopping list? If you remember, we created a shopping list within our application. I'll have a look at the full screen version here. So if we look at our shopping list, and what we'll see now is that in the background, behind the scenes, the AI is actually going to be adding that. So I'll go to this view over here. So let's have a look over here. So let's go to my shopping list. We'll just go to it in the app. Oops, close that. So this is the Buzzy Workspace. So this is where you can change and modify things. We can see now it's added salmon fillets to the shopping list. And let's see what else it's going to add. The AI is smart. It can look for things like duplicates, and you can decide whether you want to add to the quantity or actually add a new item to it. So you see here, it's adjusting the salmon quantity because it already had salmon fillets, so it's increased that to 6 fillets. And so again, just super, super smart. Now you could develop all this functionality into the application on the right, and you can do that over time. But this gives you a very quick way for you to be able to extend it using all the power of AI to be able to do that. So see over here what else it's going to add to the list. Okay, so you get the idea. So now you've got an application that can access and integrate with an LLM chat system like ChatGPT or Claude, and it can interact with this application. Literally no code to create this application, no code to do the integration. We're going to see some pretty cool things being built with it. Thanks for watching.